Welcome back to Holistic Soul Sisters. My name is Mandy Rose. I'm a holistic health coach, spiritual mentor, and astrologer. And today we're going to talk all about the full moon in Virgo. This video is going to have just a little bit of a different theme to it because this full moon is very near and dear to my heart because I am a Virgo sun. And I know how much Virgo rules my life and that need to be a perfectionist, that need to always do things right, and how much we can beat ourselves up over it really has affected my life. And I know that so many people struggle with the same perfectionistic tendencies. And this full moon, we are illuminating those parts of us, illuminating the parts of us that have this drive and this need to be perfect before we do anything in life. And this can bring on a lot of anxiety. This can bring on a lot of chaos. This can feel really unsettling. And as a Virgo, I really have dealt with this over the course of my life. So I know that this full moon is illuminating all of that within all of you. So in this video, I'm still going to talk all about the astrological wheel, what we're going to expect, but I'm really going to take more of a spiritual mentor role in this video because I feel like so many of you need to hear it. And we're going to talk about the 5 questions this full moon is asking you to ask yourself. So let's dive right in. A full moon, again, just to remind everyone, is when the sun is directly opposite the moon. And right now we are smack dab in the middle of Pisces season. So of course the sun is in Pisces right here. And it's happening at 8 degrees of Pisces. And with the moon being in direct opposition to the sun, we are having the moon being illuminated at 8 degrees of Virgo. And this is really important to acknowledge because Pisces is the most spiritual sign. It represents the 12th house, our spirituality, our connectedness to the heavens above, and our desire to connect with things higher above ourselves. We are about 10 days into Pisces season when this full moon happens. And so we are going to be feeling all the depths of our traumas. We're going to be going through our spiritual journey. We are going to be called to use things like tarot cards and pendulums and meditate more. This is a huge highlight as I go through all 5 things that this full moon is asking you to ask yourself. Meditate on these questions. Spend a lot of time in meditation during Pisces season because you will feel your wounds and you will feel your anxieties and your chaos come up, especially around this full moon and the themes of Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign, so it's very grounded. It's all about the physical world. It's about our health and our wellness and our need to get things done and checking off the to-do list. So you have this polar opposite of Pisces being our spiritual side and Virgo being our physical in the material world side. So we have this recognition right now of these polar opposites coming up at this full moon. This is a very deep and transformative moon. This is very medicinal. This is really going to help us release. Full moons representing releasing. This is going to help us release things that are bringing us chaos, release things that are bringing us anxiety, and release the parts of us that have this perfectionistic tendency because we have no need to be perfect. No one is perfect, and there is no way you will ever be perfect. So it's something that we really need to focus on during this full moon is the need to let that go. Now, because we are in Pisces season, we have left the Aquarius season, and I talked about this in the Pisces video if you didn't catch it yet. Aquarius was all about creating new ideas and massive change. We still have some planets up here in Aquarius setting the tone for the changes that we're going to be going through during this age of Aquarius, but we probably felt a lot of shifts, a lot of new beginnings, a lot of need to change and rebel and liberate and create freedom in our life from the things that have been holding us back. And now that we're in Pisces season, we have a moment to pause and reflect and work on our inner selves and sort out the chaos and get our ducks in a row so that when the sun moves into Aries next season, we can harness that new astrological energy. It's going to be the astrological new year, new beginnings, new fresh starts. You're going to feel a lot of energy, a lot of ambition, a lot of drive. But in order to have that and to drive ourselves in the correct direction, we need to heal and we need to release our need to be perfect, release the chaos, release the anxiety. So this is a beautiful full moon for diving in on a ritual. If you have your journals, go ahead and open them up to the full moon in Virgo. It's going to be the last astrological event in February before you see the March calendar. This full moon is going to be happening on March 27th at 3:17 a.m. So unless you are up at 3:17 a.m., now this is Eastern time, so if you're in the West Coast time zone, you will probably be up to see the full moon, but you can do your ritual before you go to bed. You can do it the next morning. This full moon energy will be lasting, from the 26th into the 27th. So do not feel like you have to do your ritual at 3:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you go ahead and open it up, you're going to see that I really talk about this perfectionist critical energy and how the sun is illuminating this in the moon and illuminating these parts of ourselves where you are picking yourself apart. We cannot be having that anymore. So this is really a time that we need to kind of harness in on that energy. What are we picking apart? What are we focusing on? And how can we simmer the chaos in our life? Now let's go ahead and look at the chart and see what the planets are asking you and highlighting in your life that you need to be asking yourself at the time of this full moon. Number one, let's focus on the sun and the moon because those are really our key players at this time. Let's backtrack a little bit to what I said at the beginning of the video, the sun being in Pisces and the moon being in Virgo. The sun is illuminating the Virgo tendencies in us that we need to release at this full moon. So releasing your perfectionistic tendencies, releasing chaos in your life, releasing the parts of your life that feel chaotic, and also releasing the things that cause you anxiety. With Pisces being the spiritual and Virgo being the physical, we really have to look at what parts of our physical life feel chaotic. Do we have a lot of stuff laying around our house? Do we have maybe our calendar scattered and we don't have like really good schedules? We don't have really good routines. Maybe you have a lot of anxiety surrounding a certain area of your life that you're not dealing with, that you're not paying attention to, such as your finances. And then also the third thing, releasing perfectionistic tendencies. I'm going to keep talking about it because this is really something that you need to really pay attention to. I think this is something that we just chalk up to, well, I need to be perfect because my mom thinks I do, or I need to be perfect because my partner wants me to be, or I need to be perfect at my job or I'm going to get fired, okay? These are stories that we're telling ourselves, and this full moon is saying no more, cut it out, because you don't have to be perfect. No one else is perfect. And to bring value into this world and to be a good person, you don't have to be perfect. The question you need to ask yourself that the sun and the moon are bringing up is, what parts of my life feel chaotic and how can I organize them better? Do you have a lot of clutter around your house? Because the saying says a clean house is a clean mind. And that is just perfect here because Virgo being the material world and Pisces being the spiritual world. If you have a clean house, you're going to have a clean mind. If you have a clean mind, then when the sun moves into Aries, you're going to be able to take off with that new year energy and reach for your goals and drive towards your ambition. And so really focus on that at this full moon. Number two, we are going to focus on Venus right here. Venus is at 2 degrees of Pisces at the time of this full moon. So with the sun being at 8 degrees and Venus being at 2 degrees, they are pretty much in a conjunction right here. And the question that Venus is having us ask ourselves has to do with self-love. Venus is all about beauty and love and feeling good. It has to deal with the arts and music and the parts of our life that just feel really dreamy and romantic. And with Venus hanging out with this full moon, it's saying, I want to bring beauty into your life. I want to make things feel good. I want things to feel magical and have you have fantasy and things just be super romantic. But you can't do that because, again, the sun is illuminating the moon. You can't do that if you're always thinking you need to be perfect. How can you feel self-love if you're always feeling like you're not perfect? How can you have self-love if you're feeling anxious all the time and you have your life filled with chaos and anxiety? We can't do that. So Venus is here as a little reminder saying, how in your life can you have more self-love? How can you create more beauty in your life so it's less chaotic? Look around your home. Does it feel beautiful? Here's a really good thing to do with this full moon is go around your room and ask yourself, does it look beautiful or does it feel good? And if it doesn't look beautiful and it doesn't feel good, it's gotta go. If you have an ugly pillow that you just have sitting on your couch and you just never throw it away, now's the time to do it. The first thing that we talked about is how can you have less chaos and how can you have less clutter? Because a clutter in your house is a clutter in your mind. So Venus is saying, yes, reduce the clutter by asking yourself, is it beautiful and does it feel good? If it's a no, toss it. That solves the first question and it's dealing with the second question. See how they're kind of interrelated here at this time. And since the full moon is all about releasing, let's release the parts of our life that don't feel beautiful and that don't make you feel loved and release the things that don't bring about joy. Venus wants you to ask yourself, How can I create a more peaceful, beautiful environment? Number 3, we are going to talk about Uranus. Uranus has been the troublemaker. If you guys caught my new moon in Aquarius video, the full moon in Leo, Uranus is going to be here in Taurus being the troublemaker for almost the entire 2021. But however, at this full moon, he's actually really helping us because being in Taurus, Taurus is all about the material world. Taurus is also an earth energy. It's about the material things in our life. It's about the things that keep us grounded. It's a very grounded energy. And Uranus is wanting to create liberation and freedom. He's wanting us to rebel against the things that don't feel good. And he is in what we call a trine to the moon and a trine to the sun. And this is a really harmonious, beautiful aspect to have at this full moon. This trine is creating a very trusting energy. It feels really good because Uranus in Taurus and the moon being in Virgo are both earth energies dealing with the physical world. And so Uranus is saying, you need to express yourself. You need to find that freedom of expression. Uranus wants liberation. He wants to create things and he wants us to be our unique self. And so he's bringing in this question. The third question we need to ask during this full moon is, how can I express my true authentic self? Because if I feel like I need to be perfect, I'm never going to express who I am. I'm always going to think I'm not good enough. I'm always going to think that I can't share on social media. I can't show up in my true passion because I'm not perfect yet. And Uranus is saying, no more of that. You need to dive into your unique self because that is what's perfect about you, is your unique self. So ask yourself at this full moon, how can I better show up as my unique self? Not my perfect self. How can I show up as my unique self? That's what we need more of in this world at this time. So Uranus is here helping you do that at this full moon. And then we move on to number 4, our players over here in Aquarius. It is the age of Aquarius. It's going to be the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is going to be something we talk about all year long. And right now we have Jupiter and Saturn still in Aquarius. Saturn's going to be there for another couple of years. Jupiter is going to be there pretty much all year. And we have Mercury, which just got out of a retrograde last week. So Mercury was here, he retrograded here, and now he's going to be going back and finishing a cycle through Aquarius before he jumps into Pisces along with the other planets. And with these 3 planets in Aquarius, it's creating change. It's setting the foundation. It's setting the stage of change. If you guys caught the new moon in Aquarius video and the Aquarius season video, I talked about how we are all going through a massive transformation. We're going through a revolution, and this is going to be our constant all year. Change is going to happen. New things are going to be happening. I'm sure you felt so many shifts in your life, new ideas, new thoughts, new desires, new jobs, new relationships. I got to have new this, I got to have new that. Like, we're going to feel this new energy. And the way that it's interacting with the sun and Venus and the full moon is it's saying, hey, I know there's going to be a lot of change going on, so it's time for you to change these parts of yourself that don't feel good. It's time to release the perfectionistic tendencies. It's time to release the chaos in your life. It's time to release the things that cause you anxiety because we're going to keep going through change. And this is something that you need to change. This is our last opportunity, guys, before the astrological new year to release some things from our life. Full moons are about releasing. And this is the last full moon in the astrological wheel because we are starting the new year in Aries season. As soon as the sun makes it to here, it's not going to be much longer, just 3 more weeks. As soon as the sun makes it here, we are in a new astrological year, a new cycle, new beginnings, new fresh starts, new energy. Like, it's going to be so exciting, but you cannot carry this baggage with you anymore. Aquarius is saying change is happening, guys. It's happening. But in order to make the best of the change and to be your best self when the new Aries energy comes in, the full moon in Pisces is giving you an opportunity to release those last little parts of yourself that are holding you back. You're holding yourself back. So the 4th question that these planets over here in Aquarius are asking you to ask yourself is, when change comes, how can I have better order in my life, right? The Virgo, order, details, it loves to-do lists. How can I get my life in better order so that I am better prepared for the changes, so I can run with the things that excite me? What changes do I need to make in my life to reduce chaos? So focus on the question, what can I do to better organize my life and get my ducks in a row so that when change happens, I am ready for it? And lastly, we're going to move on to number 5, which is our player over here, Mars. Mars is all about our drive and our ambition. It's our masculine energy. It's our do, 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 and our go, go, go. And Mars right here is making a trine with Pluto. So we didn't talk about Pluto either. Pluto and Mars go really well together because they're both Scorpio energy. They love to go deep. They love to dive in. They love to heal. They love to bring up those parts of us that are our traumas so that we can heal them and clear them. And with these two being so far across from each other in the sky, yet having a really good harmonious energy saying, hey, we're both here supporting this full moon in helping you heal. So with them being the ruler of Scorpio, Scorpio is all about the truth. It reveals secrets and it wants to embrace the truth. So the 5th question we need to ask ourselves is, where in my life am I not being truthful with myself? Is there a part of your life that you are denying that you love? Or is there a part of your life that you are denying that does not bring you happiness? Sometimes we have these areas of our life that we kind of just brush off. So like, for instance, let's say you have a friendship circle that you really miss and they make you so happy, but you're not paying attention to it. You're not speaking that truth because maybe it'll make your partner upset. Maybe you're telling yourself, well, I'm a mom and I shouldn't go hang out with them. Or maybe my job should be more important, so I don't have time to hang out with my friends. This isn't your truth. Your truth is you would be happier spending time with your friends. So you need to focus on that. Now, is there a part of your life that you're not being honest about that does not bring you joy? Is there a relationship in your life that is always draining? Is your career needing a revamp? Do you need to find a new job? This could be a truth that you're not focusing on. So with Mars and Pluto having a really good relationship during this full moon and both of them dealing with Scorpio energy, that is bringing up secrets, it's revealing truth, and it's also helping us create more intimate relationships and embracing transformation. Scorpio is all about transformation. Secrets are revealed when you have Scorpio vibes coming up. And so there are parts of your life, I'm sure, that you're not being honest with yourself. Where do you find joy and where do you not find joy? Ask yourself this during this full moon. What parts of my life do I need to focus more on? And what parts of my life do I need to focus less on? Because this transformation, this little thing that you can do is going to help you make the changes. It's going to help you clear your traumas. It's going to help you release these chaotic things from your life, release the things that bring you anxiety so that you can heal them and clear them and move on and be ready for the astrological new year. So hopefully this made sense to you. I'm going to go over those 5 themes again really quick. The sun and the moon are asking you to ask yourself, where in my life can I release perfectionistic tendencies? Where can I release chaos? And where can I release things that cause me anxiety? Number 2, Venus is bringing love and beauty to the equation and saying, what in my life can I release that does not bring me beauty? And what in my home is chaotic and needs to go? Number 3, we have Uranus over here doing a trine with the sun and the moon. And Uranus is saying, how can I express myself more authentically? How can I be my unique self so that I don't need to be perfect? I just need to be more my unique self. How can I show up and how can I express this? Number 4, we have the players in Aquarius saying it's time for change. Change is going to be happening. And what in my life can I do to get my ducks in a row and create more structure and release chaos so that I am ready for the change when it comes during the astrological new year? And number 5, we have Pluto and Mars bringing transformation, bringing up truths and revealing secrets, asking us to pay attention to where in my life am I not being truthful? Where in my life am I not realizing and recognizing that this brings me joy and this does not bring me joy? And where can I release the parts of myself that are not bringing me joy anymore? I hope this video made sense for you guys. It's a little bit more spiritual. It's me bringing in my spiritual mentor hat because this is just such an impactful moon. I really want you guys to embrace and meditate on these questions, really understand that we have this opportunity right now to really get our ducks in the row, really release those negative aspects in our life, that negative self-talk, the things that don't bring us beauty and joy and happiness, because Aries season is around the corner and I am so excited for it. And I want you and me and everyone in the collective to step into this new season and this new energy in our best possible form. Of course, we're always going to have traumas. We're always going to have things that we need to release. That's why we have a full moon every 28 days. Thank the universe for being so great like that. This is such a monumental opportunity for everyone. So I hope you harness the energy. Go ahead and post your new moon ritual in our Holistic Soul Sisters Facebook group. I love when you guys post your responses to the questions. I love when you share with me your rituals. And I have something really exciting coming up for Aries season. I will be announcing it soon within the group. I'll give you a little preview right now. I'm going to be hosting an astrological New Year's Eve party on March 19th. It's going to be a private event. I hope you attend. We're going to be doing a 2-hour virtual New Year's Eve party, so you can join from anywhere in the world. And we're going to be talking about the energy that's coming up. We're going to be setting intentions for the new year. We're going to be releasing some things from the past year. We're going to be cheering each other on. I have 2 special guests, which I will be announcing, that are going to be participating and empowering you and educating you. We're going to have some meditations. It's going to be just a 2-hour special event that's going to be all about us being selfish and setting our intentions and starting out this astrological new year on the best foot forward. So I cannot wait. Thank you guys again for tuning into my videos. Make sure you hit subscribe. I've got a lot of great stuff coming up that's not just astrology, so please hang tight for that. And I totally appreciate everyone that's been sharing my videos and telling their friends to go ahead and subscribe and follow me, because word of mouth is the best advertising, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and enjoying astrology with me, and I will chat with you guys soon. Bye.